Swish and swipe.
Oops.
I'm swishing, I'm swiping, but you won't hear me griping, cause I'm blessing my house today. I really dig it, I get it. It only takes a minute to keep my house looking this way. And you should see me move when I'm getting in the groove. With a can-do attitude, oh, I fly so high when I'm swishing and swiping. No, you won't hear me griping, cause I'm blessing my house today. That's right. Made it a habit, there's nothing hard about it. Just 15 minutes a day. I'm cleaning and cleaning, I do my quick routines, and I'll soon be able to play. And you should see me smile when I'm sprucing up this tile. Only takes a little while and I'm done. It's fun when I'm swishing and swiping. No, you won't hear me griping, cause I'm blessing my house today. Here we go now.
Get on in here, everybody. It's time.
Round and round I scrub just once around this tub, and things are looking up, and I fly so high when I'm swishing and swiping. No, you won't hear me griping, cause I'm blessing my house today. That's right, I'm blessing my house today.
There we go. It's question and answer day. And we got some announcements to take care of first. Your holiday mission for Thursday. Today is errand day, and I bet you know what's coming. Yep. Start getting your cards and packages ready to go. And while you're out, drop them in the mail, do whatever you need to do. Let's see, when it's time to mail those cards, get your stamps. So I order my stamps on Amazon, y'all. I like holiday stamps. So you can usually find a book of stamps. You might have to pay a little more for them, but I just order them on Amazon because I like the nativity scene stamps. But take care of the things. If you've got to run some errands, make sure you pick up the things you're going to need because Thanksgiving's next week. Yeah, it is. And it's just going to be me and Robert for Thanksgiving. But, I've already told you all that. So get some stuff in the house. I got my grocery list going. When he gets back from chess tomorrow, well, tonight, he'll go to chess this afternoon. Tomorrow, he'll probably do a big grocery shop. Yep. Early. He'll go do it early. But I have some questions here. Let's get started. You want to? How do I get over this fear of what is happening in my world? Well, it's not just happening in your world. It's happening in all of our worlds. And we just have to take care of our own little neck of the woods, our own little homes. If we keep our homes safe and keep ourselves safe and ignore the fear-mongering that's coming from both sides, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, use your common sense. I'm going to wear a mask if I go out. I'm not out much, but I do wear a mask when I go out. I haven't been out of the house in a couple of weeks, maybe more than that. So use your common sense. Don't be rebellious if it's going to hurt you and your family. It's just plain old common sense, y'all. So be safe. But how do you get over the fear? Well, here's how I get over the fear. I know if I catch COVID, I got my friend Leanne up the mountain, and she and I have been studying this disease since January. Now, we're just lay people. We don't know a whole lot, but I'm taking my vitamin D, I'm taking my zinc, I've got magnesium in my system. I'm ready to go. Let me get it here before I fall off my chair. One of the bad side effects of the virus is lung issues. So I bought one of these little breathing exerciser things here. Yeah, I bought one of these. So to take deep breaths, you've got to get oxygen in your system. I've got some balloons to blow up. I've got ways to practice breathing and getting oxygen. I've got an oximeter that I can put on my finger and keep up with my oxygen levels. So folks, I have everything I need. I would call my doctor and I would get her to prescribe the erythromycin or whatever it is that is the antibiotic, and I'd be good. I've got Pepsid in the house. That's another one of the protocols they use. And I'd be fine. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Fear is of the devil. Yeah. Don't be afraid. Be smart. Be smart. You got it? And yes, today is my husband's birthday. And so I wished him happy birthday at midnight last night, and he says, it's not my birthday yet. He got me tickled. He says, I was born at 4 a.m. That's what my birth certificate says. My birth certificate says I was born at 5:56 a.m. So he's a stickler for details. I love him. That's because he's a stickler for details. So at 3:50, I woke up in the morning and went to potty, and I thought, well, I'll wish him happy birthday if he rolls over in bed. And I said, he's going to say it's not 4 a.m. So I didn't wake him up and tell him happy birthday. Sandra says it's her birthday too. Happy birthday. You know, all of us were born on one of these days of 366 days of a year. All of us were born. So it's kind of funny. Okay, next question. Don't be afraid, y'all. Be smart. Be smart. Pay attention and be smart. If you make a casserole or pre-make a meatloaf, how is the best way to store in the freezer? What container? Well, if you're making a casserole, I would not use a ceramic container. I would use a metal container. And you can get some little metal loaf pans and different things at the grocery store when you're shopping. And I would pre-make that in a little metal loaf pan. And then you don't worry about your ceramic dishes breaking in the freezer and going from the freezer to the refrigerator to thaw, and then to the oven to bake. So I would wrap things up really well. A lot of times you can take a container and line it with aluminum foil and make your casserole in it, and then freeze it, and then take it out of that container, and just remember what container you use to mold it into place. And that's another good way. And then wrap that aluminum foil thing in a Ziploc bag and put it in your freezer and label it. That's the main thing. Keep a Sharpie in your drawer or in the box. This is something I learned from Leanne. In the box with your Ziploc bags. Got it? So that's a great way to do things. But I would get some disposable little casserole dishes. You know, you can buy them on Amazon too. that you can make the casserole in and be ready to go. A few weeks ago, my best friend passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry. Since I haven't been keeping up with my routines, I keep saying to myself, I'll do it later. Well, that's your perfectionism. When you say I do it later, you're saying I don't have time to do it right now. And that's your perfectionism. But I end up forgetting and not wanting to do it because of my sadness. How do I motivate myself to get back on track? Well, your best friend would not want you to be wallowing in pity, in self-pity. You got to get up. That's the first thing you do. You got to get up and get dressed to lace up shoes. If you don't do anything else all day, get up and get dressed to lace up shoes. Fix your hair and face so you don't scare yourself when you walk in the bathroom. And my lipstick is just not right. Anyway, so get up and get dressed to lace up shoes, and then go shine your sink. You got it? Go shine your sink. I need a mirror in here. And when you hear yourself say, I'll do it later, or I don't have time, I'll do it later, take your timer. You got one on your phone. Take your timer and set it for 2 minutes. That's it. Set it for 2 minutes and do that exact thing you said you would do later. The do it now principle kicks in. You got to get up off your butt, y'all. You can't be sitting in your chair all day. I've been there. I've been depressed. I know what it's like to just sit there and not be able, just be comatose practically. Well, get your butt up out of the chair and do something. Get dressed to lace up shoes. Go shine your sink. Fix your hair. Little things. Okay. One page down. Question. My daughter is exposed daily to the COVID virus. She still wants to come for Thanksgiving, but asked if we could eat outside on our porch. Do you think that would be acceptable? I'm a little nervous and honestly would prefer to give her a to-go box for food instead. My concern is hurting her feelings. Well, it's your house. It's your house. And if she's getting her feelings hurt when she's being exposed to COVID daily, she's not very good at her job. I'm telling you, if she cared about you, I'm not happy right now. If she cared about you, she would not wear her feelings on her sleeve, especially if she is exposed to COVID daily. To bring it home to her mama is not a good daughterly thing to do. So, yes, put together her a care package and leave it on the doorstep and say, thank you, honey, for coming and picking it up so I didn't have to take it to you. This really makes me angry. Makes me angry. Because if your daughter is daily exposed to COVID, she knows the dangers. She is younger. She can fight this stuff off. But you might not be able to at your age. So let her feelings get hurt. You can have Thanksgiving next year. You can cook and you can put together little casserole dishes for her and get it all I remember when I was little, we would have auctions at the school I went to in Sedalia, Kentucky. And it was a box lunch auction. And people would buy these box lunches. We'll put together a box lunch. Yeah, make little casserole dishes with lids on them and send it home with her. You can put it all together for her. And then all she's got to do is heat it up. and put it on her table. Or, if it's just her or if she's got a family, that's selfish. She is being super selfish. And you should tell her. You're her mama. If you don't tell her, who will? So stand up for yourself, put together a to-go box for her, and put it on the porch. Don't forget the rolls. Don't forget the rolls. What mini casseroles are you planning for Thanksgiving? Well, only one, and that is my sweet potatoes. Since I'm going to have to make them this year, usually I don't make them, but I'm going to make my sweet potatoes. And I like them with marshmallows on top. I'm sorry, I just do. That's got to go on my grocery list. I just remembered it. Sometimes I do a squash casserole. I have done a squash casserole in the past, which I absolutely love. But I don't know that I'll do that this year because I'm practically the only one that eats it. But your dressing can go into mini containers. Mashed potatoes can go into mini containers. And there you have it. Now, if you want to heat things up in the microwave, that's one thing. I don't like to heat things up in the microwave. I like to put things in the oven and then get the oven going at about 300 degrees, low and slow, and then things heat up nicely. And you can cover things with aluminum foil. But mini casseroles is just another word for smaller containers, folks. Smaller containers. It's all good. And I have a bunch of round pie pans that I could do. Yeah, I have some of those, and which will be fine. I've just remembered where they were too. How do you remain positive when your spouse is so negative and when something isn't perfect to his standards, he criticizes me? Put in earplugs. Ignore him. Let it roll off your back like water off a duck. Because if he wants to criticize you because things are not up to his standards, hand him the broom, hand him the carpet sweeper, hand him the feather duster. Let it go. If he doesn't want to do it up to his standards, then you do what you... If I loaded the dishwasher not to suit Robert, I just let him do it. It's not being ugly. Just let him do it. We played a game the other day. He said dishes wouldn't get clean unless they were facing each other from the center out. And I said, do you want to bet? So I put some in backwards. Guess what? They came clean anyway. So let them have at it. But you ignore them. Put on some fun music and ignore them. Put in some AirPods or some headphones and ignore them. What you don't say, you don't have to apologize for. So don't argue with him. Just say, well, if it's not up to your standards, then go ahead. You can do it. I'll do something else. I wouldn't put up with that crap. Nope. I'm not going to put up with that crap. Not now, not ever. If he doesn't like the way you do something, he can get his butt up off the chair and do it for himself. You got it? And you remain positive for you, not for him, but for you. You take care of you. You can't take care of him. So you got to do it for you. Do you hear me? Okay, there we go. How do you decide on how many decorations you need? I have several tubs upstairs that I haven't used, but I think one day I will. Any tips? Well, now's the time to do that. If you're not doing much for Thanksgiving, not doing much cooking or stuff, get one tub out. Get one tub out and just kind of go through it and look at it. Maybe you want to cut your holiday decorations. This is what Leanne did when she moved. She took her 4 tubs and she cut them down to 2 tubs. Yeah. So maybe you want to pull out some of your stuff and put it in free by the front driveway and let somebody pick them up. I have different. If I want to put up a small Christmas tree, I have decorations for a small Christmas tree. I have decorations for a wrought iron Christmas tree. Yeah, I have a wrought iron Christmas tree that I decorated a couple years ago, and I really like that tree. I have a huge tree if I want to do a big tree. It's just according to the mood I'm in. Last year, we didn't even put up a tree because I wasn't home for Christmas. I was with Ben for Christmas. And by the way, Ben decided he was going to stay awake all night long. Yep. Going to stay awake all night long, and he did. And he wanted to know why Julie was sleeping so much. Well, he's got his days and nights mixed up. Oh well. It's his life. He can do whatever he wants to. He doesn't have many more days. So start going through your tubs. Sort them. Get rid of the broken stuff. Get rid of the stuff you don't really love. Get them into different size trees. That's the way I have mine sorted. And Robert has labeled them Christmas crap. Yes, he's labeled them Christmas crap. It's been in the past he has hung an ornament on a jade plant, So, I'm going to do a tabletop tree this year. I don't know if it's going to be a small little green artificial tree or if it's going to be my little wrought iron tree that I really do love. What makes your feather duster different from others? It's made with ostrich feathers. Most feather dusters are made out of chicken feathers. This is ostrich. And each feather has hundreds of thousands of little fronds on each little frond. There's hundreds of thousands. So this is what picks up the dust. It grabs the dust like you wouldn't believe. And our feather duster has some purple feathers in it. See my little purple feathers? It's on sale right now. It will be on sale until December the 1st. Got it? December 1st. Get it now because it's not going to be on sale. Now, you can also get it in our Ultimate package, which makes it about $10 if you buy the whole Ultimate package. How often do you wash your comforters and heavy blankets? I do my heavy blankets about every other month because we have a puppy dog that wants to get in bed with us and sleep with us. So I do that. My comforter, I wash about once a year. It's a big ordeal. And I need a sunbeam outside because I've got to hang it outside over my picnic table so that it will get good and dry because it takes forever in the dryer. Because it's huge. It's a huge quilt. I just printed my holiday control journal and I'm starting with today's holiday mission. Should I try to accomplish the days I've already missed and continue to move forward? You can look over them and see if it's something you need to do. Like put together your gift wrapping station. This is a good thing. Grab your Christmas cards. Little things like that. Just read over them. And if you see something that needs doing, jump up and do it. Just don't try to do it all at one time. Because we have a basic weekly plan to our holiday missions, y'all. A basic weekly plan. And Monday is clean and fling. We're throwing stuff out. One of our missions has been to clean out the kids' toy box, to get rid of some of the toys, to make room for new toys. So you can go over them, and if you see something that needs to, get you a note card and just start jotting it down on a note card, some little things, and you can play a game with it. You can roll your dice and do it. put about 6 things on a card and just have fun. That's what it's all about. And you can download your holiday control journal quite easily on our website. Okay, I have at least a year's worth of mail in a box. Should I toss them all or actually sort through them? Well, I want you to look at that box of a year's worth of mail in your house as being a scavenger hunt. And if you have a fireplace, or a fire pit, take that box and have a box of things to keep. Take your letter opener. You need a good letter opener. This is one my mother-in-law made. She carved a fish out of a little piece of teak. And take your letter opener and open everything up. You're going to find money. So you're on a scavenger hunt. You got it? You're on a scavenger hunt. And sit by the fire, have you a cup of tea there, and go through 6 inches at a time. I can't imagine having a year's worth of mail. 95% of it will be trash, y'all, and old bills. You don't have to sort it into piles. If it's an old bill from January of last year, just throw it in the fire pit and set fire to it. Got it? Because you've gotten a bill since then, and you've paid the bill, or they would have cut your electricity off. So get started and deal with the mail as it comes in the house every day. Every single day, deal with the mail as it comes in the house. So make it a fun time. Tomorrow's Friday. Saturday is family fun day. Get you a big bag of trash from that box of mail and just start burning it. And then you can add some firewood on top of it. Get the kids to pick the sticks up out of the yard, and you'll have a nice little fire going. You can keep chunking things in it. And that whole big bag of stuff will be gone in a couple of hours of playing with the kids and having a good time. But you gotta be by a fire if you got kids outside. And if you've got a shredder, you can shred everything too. Well, y'all, look at us. It's 11:35 and we've done 4 pages of questions. Yeehaw! Anybody else got any more questions? Any more questions? CDs can't be recycled. They just need to go in the trash. Anybody got any questions they want to do live with me? Anybody want to do some live questions? Let's see if I can. That never works, so I'm scared to try. I'm looking at questions and comments here. Let's see. Do you have a mop or suggestions? I'm in a wheelchair and I have hardwood floors. We moved last year. Okay, here's my neighbor's in a wheelchair. And she, when they moved in, I gave her our mop. And our mop reduces down to small. Look at this. This is about 3 feet. 3-foot mop. It's great for being in a wheelchair. And you can position yourself in one spot and turn and turn and turn, and you can do your floors in a circle. How cool is that? And it's good for little people too, little kids. Because little kids like to mop. Let's see if I can looking at comments here. How do I get over stirring my guest room and how can I get over stirring my guest room into my bedroom and back again? I don't understand that. stirring. I don't. It feels hopeless. Well, transitioning rooms from one thing to another. This used to be our extra bedroom, and the bed became a nightmare. It was just a junk pile. It was driving me nuts. So I got rid of the bed. Got rid of the bed. And now I can't have anybody over unless I pull out the air mattress. But hey, I'm good with that. And right now we're not having people over. My little thing. Carrie wants tips on moving. We have a lot of tips on moving on our website. Do a search for moving. The main thing you have got to remember is don't move trash. And like we talked about, Leanne, she got rid of half of her Christmas decorations. She only saved the things she really loved. And she gave her kids boxes of their Christmas decorations. So you can pare down your Christmas decorations and keep it simple. I have a nativity scene that I love, and I have 3 trees that I rotate around. 3 trees, and believe it or not, it's all good. So if you're moving, don't move stuff you don't love. And if you know the house you're going to, make sure every piece of furniture you're moving is worth moving. Now, my sister Dina just moved, and she had a couch that she didn't love, so she gave it away and she got herself a new couch. That's kind of my housewarming gift to her, is to get a new couch, and she was really happy with the new couch. So don't move things that are large if you don't have a place for them. They're just going to get in your way. Let's see. Take care of yourself. Somebody's helping somebody on YouTube. Anyway, that's my tip for moving. And pack up each room. And get you an office in a bag and put you some paper in a notebook, and then take care. Pack up the rooms you're not in often, and then label the boxes, and you can color code the boxes. So give each room a color code. So say your dining room is red. Dining room red. Go through your dishes. Get rid of the dishes you don't love anymore that are in your china hutch. Pare down your glasses to just what you need. And maybe enough to have 8 people over eventually when we get to have people over. And keep it functional. I like to play a game with myself. If I were to move into a tiny house, what would I take with me? I'd take my big Dutch oven. I would take my little iron skillet and my regular iron skillet. 3 iron skillets and a pasta pot for stock, for making soup or stock or boiling pasta. And I can also steam vegetables, so it's a multi-purpose pot. I love multi-purpose pots. And I have a Visionware 3-quart piece that I love, and a double boiler that's Visionware that is a small 1-quart pot. So I know exactly what I'd take with me, and it would get rid of a bunch of stuff. Casserole dishes, I have a couple of those that I like. Keep it simple. Go through each room, put things in a box, and label them as you number them. You know, if you're in the dining room, say dining room. Color code it. Put number 1. Well, the lower the number of box, the less likely you are to need it early. When you first, those are things that can be staged in the room of the new place. And just have a sheet for each room as you're going through them. And then that way you know where to start. The last boxes you pack up are probably the ones that need to go in your car. You need to have a set of sheets to put on your bed and a set of towels to take a shower. You need plates and cups and napkins and paper towels or purple rags. Your cleaning stuff needs to be packed up. That's one of the last things you're going to pack up because you're going to clean your house before you leave it. And those things need to go in your car so that you can set up your coffee maker and do all the things you need to do without searching through a million boxes. You got everything you need to get through the first night or two in your car. And your plants. Leanne always travels with her plants and lampshades in her car. Do you know how many times she has moved and I have been a part of that move? She's moved from North Carolina to California, from California back to North Carolina, from North Carolina to Colorado, from Colorado back to here. So I am good at moving, and she's even better because she's done it. I haven't done it in 24 years. 24 years, y'all. So I'm good. I don't ever want to move again. That's a story I can tell you this afternoon. Never having to move again. Sister Patty reminded me, never having to move again. I have to tell you a story about my sweet darling on his birthday. Anyway, y'all, I think we've gotten through a lot of questions. Got some extra ones. I like having extra questions. And if you have a question, put it in the comments or send it to FlyLady at FlyLady.net. Liz and Patty will collect them, and next Thursday we'll do this again. If you have any questions for Leanne, send them to support@savingdinner.com. She has her question and answer day tomorrow. So let's get those questions. Keep them coming. We love them. I love you all, and I will see you at 3 o'clock, and I'll tell you a good story. Yeah, I got a sweet darling. That's for certain. See you later.